Welcome back to Go Get That Rose. It is time. We are here to recap season 16, episode 1 of Clare's season of The Bachelorette. I am your host, Sarah. With me, as always, is my co-host, Jay Wade.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Claire! I have some feelings about Claire.
Claire. I'm so excited!
I'm stoked, too. I kept saying it, these last couple weeks that I didn't realize how much I missed doing this show, and I missed watching the Bachelor shows. I missed watching them because I missed doing this show, and we need those to do this show. But watching it last night, I realized how much I missed it even more. I really did. It was absolutely crazy.
I missed it. I mean, I've been watching past seasons, but even then,
right.
I still missed it.
And it does feel different. Like the basic format is kind of the same, like at the core, but it definitely feels different. There's a different vibe in the air than there was on Hannah B season, Bachelorette, and Sweet Puppy Dog Pete. So
sweet, yeah. I didn't know what to expect. I was super nervous before I watched the episode. I don't know why. Like, I was so nervous, and because I think a lot of people didn't know how the structure of this season is going to go, and if we were going to get our typical night one, which we did get, which I thought was exciting, and I'm very intrigued to see how this season goes. Also, you haven't watched any teasers or anything, right?
No, I'm completely spoil-free, like 100%. Like, when I watch it and it gets to the end and Chris is all like, we're going to show some clips from this season, and I turn it off right there. I'm like, I don't want to know anything else.
So you don't really know anything.
I know absolutely nothing whatsoever.
Okay. So we'll try and keep it that way. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that kind of makes sense when you know some of, I wouldn't call them spoilers, but like the rumors of what's going to be going on. Right. I'll try to dance around that because I really want to see your reaction when things happen, to see what, like, just pure not knowing some of the rumors. I think that'll be really great. But tonight we are going to recap the episode we just watched. Less of a recap, more of just like a general discussion. We don't really like to just go in order of everything that happened. We like to just discuss things that pop into mind. So if we don't cover everything, sorry.
This ain't that kind of show.
It ain't that kind of show. But we will just talk about what stood out to us, what we liked, what we didn't like, and yeah, that'll be fun. So, what did you think about this episode? Just brief, quick thoughts.
This episode was I don't know. There for a while when it got into the drama there between the guys, I was convinced for a little bit that we were actually in the middle of a season of Bachelor, and that this was all the ladies fighting over the guy. It was just really, I had high hopes for one specific person. I really loved his entrance. And then that all just kind of went to hell a little bit later on. Yeah. But I don't know. There were some entrances that were really funny and clever. There were some that were funny, but still really kind of stupid and cheesy. And then, for example, the ex-football player, that dude is way too serious coming into this game. Like,
which one?
I'm colorblind, but I think he was wearing a pink suit.
He's the one that jumped through the thing?
Yeah, the ex-NFL player.
Yes.
He's coming into this way too serious. Like,
I love him.
Expectations are far too high.
He at one point was talking, he said something like, yeah, we got men over here causing drama, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Like, let's leave that at home. I'm like, do you not watch this show?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, this poor sap thinks he's here to find love. It's hilarious.
I think that that brings up a really good point. I think a lot of these guys are older this season. And older, I mean, the oldest was 40. I don't know if he made it through or not.
Oh,
but
you were gonna
like
say
the majority of them are 28 to 34, kind of, that's your majority. But compared to 24 that we normally get, which I'm 24, so there's nothing against that. But I'm just saying, a lot of them are older, they're in more set careers. If you look at some of the jobs they have under there, they're like real jobs.
Yeah, like professional, like
the one guy's like a professor, the other guy went to Harvard, which we'll talk about, and I love him.
We'll bring this back. Jay Wade for Bachelor, because fat guys deserve love too. I'm gonna make some T-shirts, some COVID face masks. We're gonna make some beanies and shit because winter's coming, guys. Jay Wade for Bachelor, because we need some real people on this thing. Yes. Where do you work, sir? I work at the local retail store, like 30 seconds from my apartment. That's real, baby.
I would love that. But I mean, all that to say, I feel like a lot of these guys probably don't watch The Bachelor, or they probably really are in for it for love. So when the TV aspect comes into it, I'm sure a lot of them are kind of like, let's just leave this stuff in the past and don't really understand, like, that's the show. Like, we need to have all this fun drama. But so that's going to bring a fun kind of atmosphere to this season, I hope. Real quick, what did we think about Clare? This is your first time with Clare. Quick thoughts.
I like that she's older. As far as like, she's not some 20-something or early 30-something. She's at an age where you would expect her to be mature, and she definitely seems mature. Like you had said, she comes off as if she knows what she wants. She made that extremely clear last night, and I really loved how she handled that. Overall, so far, first impressions, I will give her a solid 8 out of 10.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm a fan. I like Clare. Although I do want to say that her dress, in my opinion,
I loved it.
Her dress was absolutely hideous.
Really? I loved it.
Yeah, but that's okay. I mean, like, I'm a boxers and T-shirts kind of guy for my chick walking around the apartment and stuff. And
I loved
that stuff out in public too, for all I care. Go barefoot.
Yeah, but it's night one entrances. She gotta be dressed to the nines. Like,
I guess, but I just didn't. But for real though, I didn't think that dress was very good looking. It just, I don't know. It looked really, really odd to me.
It had these little like tassel things hanging off the back, like like the old curtains that have the little tassels. That's what it had, like hanging off the back of her dress, and it would like flop around.
Yeah, it was shiny, and the colors changed too much sometimes in certain light. I don't know.
Well, I like.
I know that's a hot take.
Hot take. I loved Clare. I thought she did a great job. I wasn't the biggest fan of hers on Juan Pablo season, that we talked about last week. I didn't really like her in a lot of other things I really saw, but I've definitely seen a change. I just feel like she's a lot more mature. I mean, she's older, but I really see that, like, she is very mature. She's taking this super seriously. And I loved how she interacted with the guys. I just felt like she was so sincere when each guy came out of the limo. I loved when she was, like, little things, like when she was doing the rose ceremony and she just spoke so, like, soft and sweet. Like, she just seems very, like, nurturing and comforting. And I love that. And I don't know what it is, but I've really seen, like, a change in her from Juan Pablo season. And she even said that when she sat down with Chris, talking about how she was in an abusive relationship, which I listened to other podcasts and they said that they've never heard her open up about that before. So that was something new, like right before she went on to The Bachelor. And like kind of knowing that information now and understanding like, oh, okay, like that's why she was kind of acting the way she was, like looking for love, and how she was very, not aggressive, but very determined on that season. And here I've just seen her like change and grow, and when she was like talking about how just showing up, like she was proud of herself for just showing up that night. Like I was like crying. I was like, this is beautiful. Like, I don't know. I was just like, I love this. Like, I just love that. I think for me, like when women are like, I'm a very strong woman, I'm a strong independent woman, that kind of rubs me the wrong way sometimes. But with her, it just felt so like sincere, and she doesn't really have to say that now. And I'm just like,
say that at all.
Love it. She said it. She has said it before, and I'm like, okay, girl, I get it. But she didn't have to say it at all last night, and I knew. I was like, this girl, she's there. I love it.
Well, real quick, you had brought up the Juan Pablo when she was on that season, and an example of the maturity and the growth. When he turned her down, and you know, she kind of like backed away, meaning like, that's it, don't, you know, we're done. Girl, when you walk away and you basically tell them that's it, you don't get to speak, we're done. You don't get to stop walking.
Oh no, I love it.
And then keep chirping, and then turn around again, and then keep chirping. I mean, I'm just saying, get it all out to his face right there, and then walk away and never look back.
But she did that. She did that a lot.
Walk away a few steps, stop, turn around, insult him, which is fine. I don't care about the insults. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Yeah, I think, she's definitely, we'll see if anything like that happens in this season, if we see her go off, and maybe that will come out. But overall, first night, I thought she did a fantastic job, and I'm excited to see more. And I really like these guys for the most part. Like, rewatching it. Oh, I didn't mention that. I watched the episode twice. I watched it last night, trying to take notes. Once my husband isn't here, he's away. So he's trying to talk to me on the phone as I'm trying to watch the episode. I'm trying to take notes, and I'm like, babe, I'm busy. Like, I'm in the zone. I can't do this. He's like, it's okay. Like, I'll just watch this. And I was like, that's sweet. Okay. So I was like completely distracted. I didn't really know what was going on. So I rewatched the episode today, and all that to say, I think these guys are great for the most part. There's a little drama, but there's usually a lot more drama on night one.
Right.
And they all just seemed like really sweet. Like when the one guy interrupted, I don't even know who it was, but one guy came over and interrupted him, and he was like, yeah, absolutely. Like, go ahead, get your turn. I was like, okay. That's weird. And maybe it has to do with...
I noticed that too. He was very nice about it.
Yeah, I think it's because they're all older and they're not there for like the drama.
Right.
Except for one guy. We'll talk about it.
Well, two, really.
Yeah, a few of them. So let's jump into it. Start out the episode with like a little bit of a recap of Claire. Something that I noticed that they did leave out was they didn't mention her on Winter Games at all and her engagement, which I thought was really weird. Maybe she just didn't want that to be mentioned, but I just thought that could be a part of her journey, but whatever. I don't know. We did that little recap about her being announced, which I thought was really sweet. And then these like videos of her in quarantine, which I was like, okay, that's weird, but whatever. But a lot of stuff that made me like really like her. Then we get, instead of the video packages that we normally get of introducing a couple of the men, we get to see them fly to Palm Springs and have to quarantine and get to meet them that way. But they didn't really pop up their names. We didn't really get to know anything about them, just like see them in their hotel rooms.
Lies. I'm sorry. Lies spoken within like the first like 5 minutes, maybe less of this show. Lies started already. I swear, like, and I wrote that how like the one guy's like, we traveled cross country and quarantine for 2 weeks so that we could be healthy for Claire. And no, they didn't do. They're there to win the game, man. They aren't there because they really are so into Claire. They don't know Claire. Okay, they're there because they get a free vacation, they get free food, they get a very, very high possibility of making out with a good-looking broad. These guys are in it for the good time.
You have to think, like, they've had all this time to like look up Claire on Instagram and look up stuff about her and like do all that. I'm just saying, she's also had time to do that, which will be important later. So like, I don't know. I think it's a little bit different because they are older, because we are in quarantine season, because I don't know if people would really risk all of this if they just want to have fun. And I mean, they're not traveling. They're just going to one resort for like
last year. How like really? I mean, come on, they're doing this to get their name out there and to make money after this.
I'm not saying all of them, definitely some of them, but I wouldn't say the majority. I don't know.
Okay, we'll see. We'll see as the show.
It's about love, Jay. It's about love.
It's not about love, man. But I love that you think it's about love. That gives me hope.
It's about the love and the Instagram followers. Anyway,
it's about the roses too.
It's about the roses. So we didn't talk about it, but we're not at the mansion. We're at La Quinta, Palm Springs Resort. What did you think? Did you miss the mansion? Did you like the resort?
Dude, no, I don't care about the stupid mansion. I couldn't care less where it's filmed at or whatever. But what I did dig was each person got their own like little cottage apartment type place, because obviously because of the COVID, everyone needs to be separate. But I thought that was really sweet. I mean, these dudes lucked out being able to have that, and they got a swimming pool out there. But being able to be there and not be all packed together all the time in the same house, that's so refreshing.
Do you think they're going to stay in their individual rooms, or do you think they'll put them in one big like room with bunk beds?
I was wondering that too, because if you want the drama,
you put in
one big room, you know.
Yeah.
I think they'll end up doing that eventually. I think,
I think when it gets smaller and they're able to like safely distance, because you still have to keep up that stuff even if like just like that was one of the things is as soon as they all found out they were all negative, they're all running around like we can hug each other, we can kiss Claire and stuff like that. Like you still gotta be careful. Like you still, I don't know. I think they had to take multiple tests, so it wasn't just like because now that's a whole other issue. But
I've been tested for COVID, the nose swab thing. Those guys are sissies. They're all little girls. I'm sorry to the female gender. I come from a different time when that's as soon as I said it, I'm like, somebody's gonna be like, man, this guy, can you believe he said that? He compared these crying guys to little girls. But no, for real though, I've had that same nose swab COVID test. It does not. I don't know
it's not that bad.
Yes. And even before I had to have mine, I saw Joe Rogan saying that he had it and it was painful and all this. I'm like, dude, I don't know what they're talking about, but I think that was very much exaggerated. Not cool.
I haven't gotten it, so I can't say anything. But yeah, so let's move on to some of the men, some of the entrances. Oh my goodness. I got some pictures of the only men that I really liked. Just saying. But I'm gonna pop some pictures up here. We got a picture of Claire in that gown that Jay did not like.
Dude, I'm sorry, that is so ugly.
She looks like a disco ball, but I like it.
I think it's ugly.
I don't know. Anyway, and then we have a wide shot of the men and her. You can't really see any of them, but it's fine. There were 31 guys, which is a lot.
Yeah.
That is a lot of guys. Like, that's crazy. And I think, like, 6 of them got sent home. That's still a lot of men. And I think there were more. Like, they casted, like, 40 of them, and there was a couple that actually did get COVID, but they didn't show that, and they had to send them home.
Damn.
And so I think they had some backups just in case. It's kind of crazy. So let's talk about the men, the reason why we're here. Who was one of your favorites and that stuck out to you? Not just entrances, but like the whole thing.
One that stuck out to me. Well, okay, as far as entrances, I'll start there. Tyler, I believe is his name. That did the with the
Tyler
station
C?
wagon packed up from West Virginia.
Yes.
Okay.
Do you think that was really his car?
No.
Oh, okay, me neither.
But I love that he did that, and I love that he straight up said the Griswolds to reference Vacation. But I really dig that guy from.
I have a picture of him.
Oh yeah.
This guy.
That cat. But being from Ohio and whatnot, and him being from West Virginia, and I can imagine that he probably at least has to be somewhat into the outdoors and raising hell and shit in the woods. So I figure he's got to be a solid dude. And he did the Griswold entrance with the station wagon. Really like him. And then as far as overall, no one has really stood out to me so far. Me, I kind of wait until they thin the herd a little bit before I start to really pay attention to anyone specific.
Oh, well, I have a whole list.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm sure you do.
I had a whole list. We will talk more about Tyler C right after this. But, yes, we have, I don't know, one of my favorites was Ben. He was the Army Ranger guy who was like, I'm used to being in self-isolation, which I was like, I don't know what that means, but okay. And he was the first one to come out, and he was like holding her hands. He's like, let's take a couple deep breaths and like calm down. I thought that was really sweet. I really like it when guys do that, like just like kind of talk and like do like affirmations that way, and don't try and make a big scene for their entrances. I think that stands out a lot more. I really liked him. I really liked the one guy, Blake, who, what did he do? I don't even know what he did for his entrance, but I really liked him. I have a picture of him. This guy.
Canadian guy. Yeah, the Canadian guy.
I love him. He's he seems precious. Like a nice guy. He was the one, we can talk about it, he was the one that reached out to her and was the only guy that reached out to her, broke the contract or whatever, to ask how her mom was doing, and she like gave him a kiss, really appreciated it. I thought that was really sweet. Like, I really like him. Like,
yeah, but I mean, that just goes to show that obviously there are no rules in the game whatsoever.
There are no rules.
There are no rules.
Definitely, like, reminds me of a big teddy bear, and I thought, so sweet.
Real quick, this just popped in my head. The first lawyer that came in and did the whole like lawyer speech about the jury and
you found guilty of being beautiful or whatever. Did you like that? Oh, I hated that. I was like,
it was absolutely terrible.
So you know what else was terrible, and my least favorite entrance of the night was this guy.
Yes.
Jay.
Although I do have a note about him and his getup, but yes, that was.
He came in a straitjacket, which I'm like.
He stayed in that straitjacket the whole time,
which is commitment, and I kind of respect that, honestly. That he stayed in it. I feel like it might have been worse if he just like got rid of it, but he stayed in it the whole night, got his rose and everything. Like that was impressive.
That was my note, that he deserved a rose just for the commitment.
Yeah, that was, but I did not like that. I don't really like him. I don't know. It just kind of rubbed me the wrong way. He's like, I'm going crazy. And I'm like,
I don't like I don't like the,
that's offensive.
I don't like cheesy things or pickup lines at all, really, but especially when they try to make it relate to their job, their profession and shit. That comes off very bad to me.
Well, the one guy, Easy, he was the one in the pink suit that jumped out of the thing that said your future husband. He was like, "You'll always be my first round draft pick," or something like that. And I was like, "Ew."
Yeah, come on.
Stop.
That's what I mean. What if she hates sports?
What if she's like, what's that mean? I don't understand football.
Yeah. Terrible.
That's what I mean. I like the like sweet, you're just doing like nice things, like I'm really excited to be here, great to meet you. Like a couple of them did that. Or I like over the top gestures. Like the guy Chasen, who was wearing the night get up, And then I like that he didn't do the, like, I'm your knight in shining armor. Like, he's instead started taking. I thought he was going to do, but he took it all off and he was like, I'm shedding my armor so we get to know each other. Something like that. Like, letting that wall come down. I was like, I love that. Like, that is so sweet. Like, that's so thoughtful. I really like that. The one guy, his name was Joe. I really like Joe a lot. He had the little, like, heart thing, and he was like, I'm here to save your love life, or whatever, which was cheesy, but I loved it. And then he laughed at his joke so hard. Like, I thought it was so funny. And, yeah. And I like the guy that gave her flip-flops. I thought that was really sweet, even though he went home, but it's okay.
Okay, hold on. Of all the things, why was that sweet?
I thought that was sweet because she was probably wearing heels, and her feet were probably killing her, and the fact that he brought flip-flops for her feet, like, that's so sweet. That's so thoughtful. I like that.
All right, now, what about the guy who wore who did her dogs on the t-shirt?
I did not like that. I don't like him. Kenny.
That was weird.
I don't like, did I put him in here? I'm trying to remember. No, I did not like him. Yeah, that was really weird. And the fact that it was both her dogs and they were in little, like, king suits, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't like that. I didn't like the guy that had the ring. He, like, proposed and it was farting. What did you think of that one?
I just kind of tuned that out.
I thought you would have liked.
I don't. There were a few things I tuned out. That and the bubble guy thing. I don't even know anything about him. I tuned him out too.
That didn't make any sense.
No.
He was like, I heard you're in a bubble, so I thought I'd bring mine. I'm like, what? What does that mean?
Right. I don't know what, unless they mean like the quarantine bubble.
I think he did mean the quarantine bubble, but that didn't.
But it still doesn't make sense.
You're also in the bubble. I don't know. It was just weird.
You're in a bubble that's within another bubble. Awesome, dude. Great.
That didn't make any sense. I liked the guy Jason. I also don't have a picture of it. Wow, Jason, who came out with the baby bump.
No, that was the worst.
No, I love that.
It sent that guy home right there.
Oh no! It harkened back to what she did.
No, I don't care.
I loved it. I thought that was so precious. I love him.
No raccoon suit either. What the hell?
Oh, wait a minute. I am so disappointed that these men did not do their research and dress up as a raccoon. Like, are you kidding me? Like, you were in isolation for like 5 months. You could have come up with better entrances. That's all I gotta say. Like, a little disappointed, but I really like the baby bump thing. I thought that was really smart. And it shows that he's like, at least did his research on her. He didn't just watch an episode. Like,
that's true. That's true. Give him
I give him points for that. Lastly, my other favorite thing, I love this guy, Bennett, the guy from Harvard, who was like, oh, I'm dropping the H word, Harvard or whatever, who showed up in this super nice car wearing a freaking scarf. They're in Palm Springs, California. It is 115 degrees outside, and this man rolled up wearing a scarf. I love him. I love him. I put out a Twitter poll last night saying, like, who do you think the villain's going to be with him, someone else, and the guy in the straitjacket, Jason, I don't know, Jay. And everyone said it was going to be Bennett is going to be the villain, which now I think it's someone else. We'll bring up later. But I loved him. I love it.
Dude, I'm going to call that guy American Psycho.
That's what everyone's been saying.
That's the only thing I can think of is Christian Bale in American Psycho.
I love him. Look at it.
I love the character in the movie, yes, but this guy, I don't know, man. There's something about him.
Oh my God.
I don't know. He looks like he was in an episode of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, and y'all who are very familiar with that show, you will get that reference, and you'll be like, yeah, you're right, man.
I loved it. And before we go to our break, let's talk about one more entrance, which I completely almost forgot to talk about, was Dale. Dale's entrance.
Is he the tall drink of water?
No. Oh, I hated that. That was someone else. The one guy came in and he came in with a parachute on his back.
Right.
And he was like, "I'm falling for you already." I was like, "Ew."
The only way that would work is if he if he clearly had cut holes in the parachute. Then that would be somewhat clever.
Yeah. I thought I was going to sneeze, but it went away. No, Dale was the one that she said, "I feel like I just met my husband," and got the first impression rose. Is this man.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, so all he really did, he just came out. As soon as he came out, her mood completely changed. She was so, like, smitten and, like, speechless. That's the word. I was going to say wordless, but that's not. Speechless. And he came out and he was like, "My name's Dale. It's really nice to meet you, blah, blah, blah." And she's like, like, all I'll say is there's rumors about this guy. That's all I'll say. But as soon as he walked inside, she was like, "That I just met my husband." Well, she said, "I knew it," which people are like, "What does that mean?" And she was like, I see you nodding your head. "I just met my husband." And earlier in the episode, I did write this down. She said, before the men even got out of the limo, she said, "I can pick my husband out the second I meet him." As soon as Dale got out of that limo and he walks inside, she was like, "I just met my husband. That was my husband." Is like shaking and tearing up, and Chris comes over and he was like, "Did you just say you met your husband?" Like, are you kidding me? You still have more people to meet. So
that's all I got to say. In whatever other season she was on where she was like, she knew she met her husband. Come on. I'm sorry, like, but she doesn't even know these guys.
So here's the thing. He ends up getting the first impression rose the whole time she's talking to him. Like, do you see the difference with her talking to him than the other guys, or is that just me?
I'll have to pay more attention.
She was just like giddy, like could barely form sentences anytime she talks to this man, which I personally don't he's a good looking man, but he just kind of, I get a bad vibe from him. So I'm like, I don't know. I just feel like she's so into him and he's kind of like doesn't know anything about her, which is, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like she's like, that's it. And he's like, "Let me get to know you." Like,
yeah.
"Who are you?" Okay. But yeah, he ended up getting the first impression rose. And yeah, let's take a quick break. And when we get back, we will wrap up with some of the drama and the rose ceremony. And yeah, we'll be right back.
Hey everybody, Sean and Wade here to tell you about our new review show following each episode of Disney Plus's The Mandalorian.
Dude, yes, Boba Fett!
Not exactly, Wade. Set in the Star Wars universe, The Mandalorian takes place 5 years after Return of the Jedi and follows a Mandalorian bounty hunter beyond the reaches of the New Republic.
Yeah, Boba Fett.
Did you even watch Return of the Jedi? Never mind. Join us here every week on the Merc with the Movie blog feed. Thank God Kaylin will be here too. I don't think I can handle Wade on my own.
Hey, Jay Wade here to tell you about SEN After Live, our SEN Live After show where we talk about, well, whatever Christian, Brett, and the rest of the crew talk about and the insanity that ensues. So join us each week here on the Merc with the Movie blog feed on your podcasting platforms, as well as YouTube now on the SEN After Live channel. Talk to you then.
Hey everybody, I'm Sean. You guys might know me on this feed from co-hosts and Beyond the Screen, but now here at Merc with the Movie blog, we have started a brand new show exclusively for video games called Game Over Screen. So join me every week with my co-hosts.
Hey, how's it going? My name's Brendan.
And I'm Tyler.
As we talk about everything video game related, and when we, I guess, get to the game over screen. I don't know. I don't have a good pun for that, but the joke is that we're going to die a lot in the game.
Well, you might.
I solemnly swear that I am up to no good. Hey guys, it's Sean. I wanted to tell you guys about the new show I'm hosting, the Harry Potter Review Show. Every other week, I'm joined by some combination of Kaylin, Sarah, and one guest that has never read the books. We discuss one movie per episode and break down what we love about them, what we don't love about them, and the differences from the books to the movies. It's a ton of fun, and I hope you guys will tune in to check it out. Until then, mischief managed.
And we're back. Make sure you guys go check out their shows. Yeah. Anyway, let's get right back into it. So we talked about it earlier, but there was some childish drama that kind of happened that, you know, you always expect between your boy, Tyler C., Pop Up the Pictures, and Yosef, who I am now predicting is going to be the villain.
He is the new Luke P. Luke P is back, baby.
I did not like him.
No.
He instantly was like, my daughter. Like, just started talking about his kid, which I'm like, that's...
Sorry, that made me so mad when that happened.
When he
started doing that, and it was so clear that he was doing that. It just, I'm sorry, it made me sick.
You mean when he sat down, he was like, I'm trying to be a good man for my daughter? Like, when he was getting accused, that part?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was... Anyway, okay.
Just when he first started, like... just when you first hear him start being like, you know, my daughter, I'm like, dude, you're using your daughter right now to try to gain leverage.
Yeah.
It just was gross. Ugh.
Yeah. So... I guess the gist of the drama, I don't even know. I'm going to keep popping up the pictures for the video watchers. This guy, Tyler C., has a great entrance. We talked about it. Great, sweet, very kind. Instantly, as soon as Yosef walks in, he gave her moon pie cookies. I don't know. I was like, okay, all right, whatever.
Those are great.
They are good, but I was like, that's a weird... Whatever.
Well, it's, you know, his region, his area, state. It was, you know.
I guess we need to pay. Well, okay. It was cute. Whatever. Anyway, still the villain of the season. Still don't like him. Whatever. Tyler C. committed the first mistake, the biggest mistake. Don't try and be a white knight, as one of the other YouTubers call it. Like, he went in there trying to automatically save Claire, be the good guy, protect Claire from this bad guy. And on the first night, he pulls him aside and is like, I heard you talking to all these other girls on Instagram before we even came out here. I don't even know what he was trying to say. He's like, I heard from a friend. I was like, okay, whatever.
Stupid. Basically,
it was childish.
Basically what he was saying was that this guy Yosef had, from what I understand, had one message. Not meant for any specific girl. Maybe it was, but it didn't use it. He was just
sending them to multiple girls.
But yeah, it was the same message going to lots of other girls. Like,
okay.
You know, like, hey, girl, how's your day kind of shit, you know?
Hey, beautiful.
Yeah, and I want to state right now that at this point of the show, like when I was watching it, when this started to happen, Tyler's on my shit list. I can't stand it. He's such... He should be, and I have this right here on my notes. It says, I don't like guy from West Virginia anymore. He should be the next Bachelorette.
Oh my gosh. No, so it was just kind of like, he instantly was like, if I don't say something about it, then I'm going to be liable or something like that. I'm like, what? Wait, because he contradicted himself, because at first he was like, I just need to let it play out. It's going to play out and run its course. But if I don't interject, then I'm held liable for not helping. And I'm like, no, you need here's your big thing. She's gonna find out. Claire always finds out, or she's gonna not like his behavior or whatever, and then he's gonna be sent home. And that's fine. You, on the first night, don't even know this man, is just like, oh yeah, he's doing this. I don't think he expected Yosef to take her aside and be like, look, he's trying to start drama with me, which I respected. I don't like Yosef, but I respected that he did that and tried to nip it in the butt, and also make Tyler C look like, that's his name, yeah, make him look like an ass. Like, that was a power move. Like, I don't know. Like, I think that was a power move. He's like, look, let's bring Claire into this. I also respected how Claire handled it. She was just like, you know what, you guys could talk amongst yourself. I gotta go talk to some other guys. Like, I don't know. I liked that they all sat down for the case of drama. But I didn't like Yosef's response, because he was like, I didn't like that. I like that they sat down, but as soon as they sat down, Tyler, like, tried to explain whatever, and he was like, no, man, like, I got a daughter. I was like, what does that have to do with it? Like, his response made no sense. He was like, I got a daughter, and yeah, I respect you too much. And Claire's like, yeah, I'm like, he's not saying anything. Like, he's not saying anything. Like, I don't understand. Like, I don't get it. Yeah. What did you think?
Oh, dude. Okay. Okay. First of all, I like how she interrupted Tyler and was just like, turned her attention to Yosef and was like, is this true? Like, did this happen? And then he, at no point did he
denied it.
The question.
No.
He never answered the question.
He didn't. He deflected.
Which tells you that it is true.
That my daughter.
And then, I'm sorry, Miss Sarah, to skip ahead so far to the end.
No, go ahead.
Gave the dude a freaking rose.
Of course she did. He's the villain. We need the drama.
He's the new Luke P. He's the new piece of shit that she sees something in that is never going to be there. Holy crap. At this point, I was flipping out.
Were you?
Oh, shit, yeah. I'm like, and I lost a little bit of respect for her when she
when she gave him the rose. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, dude, first of all, okay.
She should have sent them both home, honestly.
Exactly.
Like, she should have just
send them both home. But if you're not going to send them both home, then you need to keep them both there because neither one of them did anything better than the other one.
Yes.
This one dude came in like a girl and trying to start drama and start trouble. Sorry, ladies. I don't mean to be like that. I come from a different era. And then the dude flat out didn't answer her. She asked him a question that requires a yes or no answer. Yeah. She said, "Is this true?" That dude, your next words out of your mouth as the person asked that question should be either yes or no. And he never answered the question. And then she proceeds to give the dude a freaking rose. Infuriating, man. I love it, and I can't wait till next.
I love it. I love that she said, "Do you have a girlfriend at home who's going to show up?" And he was like, "No." And she's like, "Do you have a girl that thinks is your girlfriend that's going to show up?" I was like, Claire.
Yes, she's on it, man. She's on it. I love how she handled that.
Love it.
Well, I've got other guys that I haven't talked to yet, and I'm sure you guys have some words for each other. So I'll talk to you guys later.
Yeah, I loved it. I was like,
love
it. Let's wrap it up. Jump into this rose ceremony, like you just said. Yosef got that final rose. Tyler C went home. Sad. He looked shocked. He was like, "This is not what I thought would happen." Which I'm like, dude, you have not watched the show.
In his head, he's like, "Damn, my plan didn't work."
You have not watched the show. It never works out. Don't ever do that. Like, come on. Then we had a guy named AJ go home. He was the one that like squeezed her hands really hard and like left the imprints in her hands. So I was like, ugh. Yeah. the Mike, the guy that gave her the flip-flops, went home. It broke my heart. A guy named Chris, don't know who that is. A guy named Paige, he was the one that had like tattoos all over him. I've never seen someone that tatted on the show before, so I was like, respect to that.
I kind of like, I wouldn't expect anyone to, but if I were on there, and I don't know, I would have been thinking like she would maybe be like, well, this dude is tatted up, which means he's got an interesting story. There's something to him.
Like his hands, his neck, like
he has a story to him. There's something interesting there.
He's a little creepy though.
I would have thought that she would have kept him around at least to get a little bit more insight as to where this guy was coming from. And the dude was a chef too, right?
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure you're like, holy crap, he knows something I don't know. I think he's a chef though. And so you got a chef tatted up like that and stuff, and there's an interesting person there. Whether he's a good person or bad person, we'll never know. But there has to be an interesting person there. I wish we could have got to know a little bit more about that cat.
Yeah, missed opportunity. Maybe he'll show up some other time.
Bachelor in Paradise, man.
We'll learn more.
What cats does he have hiding under them clothes? Let's get him down to a Speedo and find out. Sarah.
And then we have Jordan and Robbie. Don't know who these two guys were. Best of luck to you.
Later.
Anyway. So overall thoughts. Love the episode. Excited to see more. Really curious to see how the rest of the season will play out. Especially the layout. Having watched the little preview teaser at the end, I'm curious. I think we'll get like 1 or 2 more episodes of Claire. I don't think that's a spoiler because the rumors are out that we're going to get another Bachelorette.
The rumors, but as long as you have that, they only went 12 days of filming, so
with her, that's
so
confirmed.
I'm expecting there to be some. So I'm not expecting it to be a full blown season with her like
of Claire. Yeah, I think that we'll probably get 2 more episodes of Claire. I think that's probably about the amount that she filmed. And we'll see. We won't dive into the teaser because you didn't watch it, and we'll just leave things spoiler. I really want to see your reactions of what's to come because, oh my God.
I was trying to get home in time last night to watch it, peek behind the curtains. I had to watch it this morning. But if I could have got home in time, I was going to suggest to you that we do a share screen and watch it together. And because I want to see your reaction while this show is going on, because I know what I'm thinking when what I'm saying to the TV screen.
That's why my husband called me because it's usually not the first night because that's a little bit more like subtle. It's as we go on, and I'm like, "What are you doing?" Like screaming. Even if I'm watching past seasons, like I'll be like cooking, and I'll just be watching on my phone, and I'll be like, "No, what are you doing? No, no!" And he's like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm watching The Bachelor. Like it's fine." Like I'll just be screaming at my phone. So yeah, I'm passionate. If nothing, but. Let's wrap it up. Let's get out of here. Jay Wade, where can the people find you?
Hey, y'all can find me on the Twitter at JWade1134. That's the letter J, WADE 1134. And yeah, I don't do the Instagram or any of that kind of stuff. I don't understand technology. So.
I do the Instagram, but that's my Instagram. Anyway, you can find me on Twitter at SCBuck, SSEABOCK, and at the Go Get That Rose Twitter account, which is just Go Get That Rose. I was trying to do live tweeting last night and then realized that I'm not funny or quick enough to do that. So I just kind of retweet what other people are thinking, putting it out there. I did a couple polls. A lot of people had no faith that there would be someone dressed up as a raccoon, and they were right, and I'm really upset and hurt by that, but there's always hope. And you can find this show and more at the Merc with a Movie blog on this YouTube channel. You can follow movie blog Merc. I never know how to say this stuff. And we will be here next Wednesday, same time, same place, recapping episode 2 of The Bachelorette. We're so excited. Can't wait to see you guys then. Bye! Peace.